Hello, hello, hello. How are we all doing? Hopefully you're doing fantastic. Let me know if you can hear me and see me. Just all the video and audio stuff is good. While we get started here, I'm going to go check on something on my website to see if this thing pops up. I don't think it will. I think I actually have I think I need to do a little bit of refactoring on the plugin that I created with Claude, because I think that it doesn't call often enough to the YouTube API, and then I also think there's an issue that I could make it better with the cron situation. It actually told me that if you watch the video that I'll go over here in a second. We'll do a little recap and stuff like that before we dive in. I don't think it calls out enough to the YouTube API, and I also don't think that it's good enough from a sense of like as I was building, it was like, do you want to use the cron or do you want to use like an WP cron or an actual cron job? And I should probably refactor it to be like a little more, I don't know, just effective, I guess, reliable. So yeah, but yeah, cool. All right. So let me see here. I can switch over here. I do want to do a little quick recap because I have been working on some different things, and we're leaning heavily into the more of the content stuff here for the foreseeable future because I like doing it. I like talking to you. I like talking to you guys, and I like providing value. And it's actually really straightforward. Like all you have to do is just make videos, and people watch them, and they subscribe to you, and they care about you. It's actually kind of funny how simple it is. If you have, and I would encourage all of you to do it. Like if you have things that you find valuable or interesting, just make videos and upload them to YouTube. It's kind of wild, but yeah, quick little recap of just a couple things that I was working on, and maybe let me just do my quick little view through here. I mean, a lot of really good stuff. I can never get to all of the content. If you see it on here, it's worth watching. I just can't do it. I just don't have enough time because I'm trying to create. It's difficult. What's going on there? What's up? OXFF. What's up? What's up? I'm just going to drop some links in here for you guys because I think these are worth watching here. That's a lot of WP in the feed. Yeah, that's a great observation. You know what happened there? Probably, I don't know, almost a year ago at this point, I was subscribed to like other random podcasts and things, and I'll still get it like on my phone on the homepage. But there's a couple of things, and I've said this before, but I think it's worth thinking about. If you want to go deep onto something, you pretty much need to like just consume that. So all of my subscriptions, or at least 99% of them, are like WP related, just so I can kind of stay up to date on what's going on and what everybody's doing. And then the other thing is I've made some YouTube adjustments because I'm on here a lot, like on the desktop. And with Chrome, there's a extension called Unhook, and I don't know if I can grab it right here. Maybe I don't know if you guys care about this, but if you want to adjust there's other ones too. But if you want to adjust your YouTube stuff, you can just get rid of the homepage and automatically come to subscriptions. So that has saved me that, coupled with the fact that when I go to a video, I don't see anything on the sides as well. There's no recommended. You just fall into so many less YouTube black holes. It's actually really fantastic. So yeah. Let's just see anything else here. One other random thing while we're on this topic is this. I don't know if it's Dan Coe, but he's just come up on my phone a couple times on videos that I've watched, and that's a really good insightful channel. Okay, already using that. Nice. Sweet. Okay, big things. SureCart 3.0 came out. We actually had a great town hall yesterday. WP Townhall. If you guys haven't been listening to Town Hall with Kevin Geary and myself, we'd love to have you. We'd love to have you over there listening on either like just listening to the podcast. So the fifth one isn't out just yet on the podcast platforms, but we'd love to have you in the X spaces when we do it every week. So like over on X, there's this, I don't know if you guys have ever seen it. You can come in and you can actually join into the conversation, ask questions, everything like that. You can catch a replay. You don't even have to watch it on podcast. We're trying to make it as available as possible. If we go over to my channel here real quick. We've actually been streaming them. So the one yesterday was with Adam Prizer, joined us, and it was a really good chat about e-commerce in general and SureCart 3.0 and all sorts of stuff. So there's a really good chat there, and we'd love to have you guys in there because again, people, just like customers or just like random WP users, we just come in and you just ask questions. So we're gonna do. I think our cadence is kind of going to be like 4 debate type style episodes that are just like us and the audience talking about things, and then the 5th one generally is probably going to have special guests. So yeah, that was our 5th one, and it's been great so far. Really enjoying it. Again, like I said, a lot of content here. This was really interesting. I'll just mention this real quick. This was really interesting here. The official WordPress release video. I did like the new. I did like the new format. I thought it was like kind of modern and coolish and everything like that. Yeah, so got transcribed all the conversation. Yeah, that's you could do. There's that. That kind of ties into what we're talking about here. I actually did a kind of a similar conversation yesterday with Matt Medeiros about like kind of what we're going to talk about here, the main stuff that I just kind of wanted to ponder with you guys. But the concept of, I mean, if you're a creator or just in general, like, man, any YouTube video, if you don't know this, you can go to the bottom, you can click show transcript, and you can see it all. So we're using that in the AI, like in some of my AI workflows and things like that. So I don't know, just another cool concept there. Jonathan did a great video on invoices for SureCart. So I would highly recommend checking that out. Steve, what's up, brother? Appreciate you being here, man. Thank you so much. Anything else crazy here? Just WP Townhall. I mean, again, like I said, I don't have the bandwidth, but everybody's doing great stuff. So, super excited there. And then just real quick, I am obviously gonna say what I've done, just in case you guys haven't seen it, because this week there's a couple things, and again, it ties into the AI conversation that I wanna pose to you guys. So did this bidirectional relationships ACF video. If you haven't seen that, just one of the most confusing things that I've ever seen people have trouble with. Like I understood it because like my mind kind of like works like that, and I just have the dynamic data thing. But their implementation of it, ACFs it works, but it's just a little weird, and I talk about it in the video. So I try to make a quick video that explains how to do it for people and shows a demo kind of. So more to come there. Let me know if you want to see more stuff in that regard. But I don't know, just a lot more examples. We can continue to do really cool things here. I think it would be dope. Had a bento video as well. This is even if you're not using bento, honestly, I would tell you to check this video out. Just like the first part, not before I get to the actual like meat and potatoes of like doing it in bento. You should be emailing from a subdomain. Like if you're doing email marketing at all, it's like just for so many reasons, it's better. It's actually way more risk adverse too, because if something happens to like your main domain reputation, then it's gonna be very difficult to fix that situation. But if you're emailing just from something like, hello@newsletter dot whatever, rather than just your domain name, I go over it all in that video. But I would highly recommend that if you or anybody that you're working with is doing email marketing, definitely look into that. Yeah. Steve says SureCart is gonna have a Black Friday special. Is that true? That's awesome. That is awesome. Then I recommend you checking out Assembly AI transcriptions. You know what? I had Matt Medeiros told me about that yesterday. Actually, I need to look into that. There's a ton of tools. I'm just now scratching the surface, and I feel like I'm behind, even though we're all kind of like way ahead of the curve here. I feel like there's a lot of really interesting things. And again, from the AI perspective, this is video that I put out. About like Claude. So this was similar to the other video that I put out like 2 months ago where I like dynamically show. I don't know what I did in this video. I didn't really feel like I did a good job the one 2 months ago. This one actually works way better, and it was kind of like, it's a long video, but like the first half of it is just showing it, and then the second half is literally me doing it live, completely unedited, basically. So you don't have to watch the whole thing, but there's a lot of tidbits in there that are like, maybe you should consider like prompting, a little differently here and there. And it's just, the power of Claude is wild. If you haven't tried it out yet, I would highly recommend doing so. So as we slide into this AI topic here, there's a couple things that I want to see. First thing is, did this work? Probably didn't. No, I don't know why it's not working. I don't know why it's not working on its own. That's a little annoying, but let me go in here real quick and I'll just for the fun of it, because all this is together. You check now and it works. It just doesn't do it by itself. So this is all I have up here right now, but watch live on YouTube, and then that goes to, I believe, the right link. I hope. I don't know if that's the right link. We'll find out. Whatever. Yeah, it is. Cool. Yeah, so that works. It just doesn't. I needed to automatically check and like kind of force checking like with the cron or whatever. But that's pretty dope. The design is whatever right now. But yeah, cool. So I'm loving that. I'm absolutely loving that. Couple things regarding that was just from my side of things, some housekeeping stuff. There is like a ton of gold in the content I feel like I produce, but I'm very long-winded, and there's like these live streams are very long. So I'm gonna do a much better job at making like shorter clipped content, and like just shorts or just clip content, just in general. So like the first one, I've done it a couple times here, but I just bought into, again, AI tool like Opus Clip. And if you don't know what Opus Clip is and you do any video work, you might want to consider looking into that. But basically, I'm taking video, like longer form videos, you put them into Opus Clip, and then it creates shorts. So yeah, I was doing a little bit of that. So I have a couple different ones in there, and I've created some shorts and have them scheduled to post. So not really much for you guys, but I'm always like meta on this stuff. Like, I know people don't have like a ton of time to sit and watch, but I know there's a lot of things that they could benefit from. So hopefully little small things like this might help, because that's literally what everyone else is doing. So yeah, I think that could be super beneficial, and we're working on that. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, so Opus Clip is a big one. And if we talk about kind of just AI in general, there's a lot of different things that I've been just thinking about because I've been playing around with it. And speak of the devil, we have the AI master in the house here, Max. Appreciate you being here, dog. Thank you. And let me see here real quick. Show your browser extension collections. I think it would be interesting, helpful for sure. I will do you one better. I'll do that, but I definitely have a full live stream somewhere in here where I talked about all my browser extensions. I need to find that. Where is that at? I don't know which one it was. I'll have to think. It's in one of these. I wonder if let's real quick. Let's see how good. I know you can't see this. Let's see how good the search is on YouTube. I'm gonna type in Mark Szymanski browser extensions, and I'm gonna see if it pops up. Oh, that's it. Well, I was literally in the title. I just didn't see it. Okay, here we go. All right, cool. There we go. That should work. Hopefully, that link. Yeah. Yeah, it's in there. Yeah, go to like 44 minutes, somewhere in that one. Yeah, here you go. Just so you know, this video right here, linked up in the thing in like 44 minutes, like 6 months ago. It hasn't really changed at all. So, but yeah, I go into them in depth. So that's cool. I haven't had too many callbacks like that. That's awesome. Okay, so yeah, the AI stuff, right? And yeah, if you have any questions specifically, hopefully if Max sticks around here, I know it's a weird time for him, but if he's my man, I'm not kidding. Like, he's my AI guy. You should definitely be following him on X if you're not already, because I am navigating it and I'm thinking about it from a high level, but I don't have like, there's, because, okay, we're literally in the wild, wild west. Like I said, I filmed this thing with Matt Medeiros yesterday over in the WP Minute, and it's going to be coming out, I think, in a couple weeks or whatever. But we're just talking in general about AI and, all of these things, like the video that I posted about the Claude, the Claude plugin and stuff like that, like trying to build it with Claude. There's a lot of opportunity, and I am the type of person where maybe we're not all in the same situation, right? Like some of us are, different ages, been doing this for longer, been doing this for shorter. And for somebody like me that's been doing it, since, I don't know, 2017, 2018, like in the WordPress realm specifically, I just am trying to think about where it's headed because I have a long time still that I need to like do stuff and work because I'm 28. So I'm always constantly thinking like, where can I try to get ahead of it? I'm trying to do that more so now than I have in the past. Like, how can I get ahead of the curve and be like more innovative and just ahead of the pack, so to speak, rather than just like doing what everyone else is doing. And I think that a part of that is kind of stems from the idea that from agency, like I was just like, oh, let's just make an agency. So I started building websites. And then now I'm more like, I'm trying to go beyond that and not just provide service, but like try to provide like actual education and thought leadership at all that, whatever, however I can. Uh, so yeah, I just from the AI model and like everything like now that's happening with AI, I'm wondering. Obviously, that's the next big thing, and the question here is like, what's next? But I genuinely have like actual questions of like, where are we going? Like, how much longer will like websites, traditional websites, like exist? I know there's like Web 3.0, I think is like an actual term, so to speak. What's that going to look like? Not to mention I know it's kind of like bubbled and kind of came back down and now kind of resurfacing, but like crypto and blockchain and all that sort of stuff. Um, so yeah, I mean, I don't have any answers. That's the problem with this is I don't have any answers, and I'm absolutely not trying to. I have a couple notes, and one thing I want to say is I'm not trying to like fear monger in any way either. I don't want like I had some clickbaity titles that I thought we could use, but I don't want to like fear monger into thinking like, oh, we should stop building websites. I don't really think that's the way to go or the way to think. Um, but I just think that it's always good to be thinking about what's next and kind of what's coming down the pipeline. And, to be honest, like I'm somebody that I know that I have this opportunity and I know a lot of you guys do as well. So it's like, what can we do to actually produce value, like more value, and like actually, if we can be innovative at all, right, and change things, um, however small or large. So I don't know. It's just like I feel like we're right in a period. Maybe we're always in this period, but I feel like we're in a period right now where there is so much opportunity to leverage the tools that are being built, that are innovating. And so I kind of have this concept as well, right? We're AI is getting pretty good, pretty fast. We're very early to the party still. Like make no mistake about that. But at minimum, I feel like we need to embrace it, and at maximum, I feel like we need to like fully leverage it. And and what I mean by embrace it is if you're not using AI to speed up some of your workflows or do some of your things, then I think that you're really handicapping yourself, and you're going to handicap yourself even more as time goes on. Like, for instance, I don't write chapters for my YouTube videos. Stupid little thing, right? But I don't write chapters for my YouTube videos anymore. I put the transcript into Claude and I have Claude write it or whatever. Um, I don't like, I use it for a lot of ideation for titles and maybe like topics and things like that. Like that's huge. It's like, don't stress yourself. Like you have to still innovate and think. Um, but you're kind of using it more as an assistant that can provide you a lot of efficiency. And it's going to get more crazy than that. So I'm not like, you know what I mean? Like I'm trying to kind of analyze kind of where it's going to go or predict a little bit so we can kind of be a little further ahead and actually leverage it. But that would be my first thought is embrace it. Like make sure you're utilizing it in some fashion, whether that be for content writing or some sort of like I was talking about earlier. Like I can think of multiple examples like written content stuff, the video stuff now where it's like, actually doing some like editing type work for me. Um, image generation maybe for thumbnails, depending on which model you're using, stuff like that. At some point, you're going to be able to literally just, for people that don't want to be on camera, you're going to be able to literally just, you can already do it, but just type in content and give it a sample of your voice, and then it will just be able to, it's already doing that with 11 labs and things like that. So I know I'm just kind of giving examples, but there's just too many opportunities right now. And I'm sitting here and I'm thinking like, there's no, like, I'm going to be kicking myself if I don't like take advantage of it. Later in my life, I'm going to just be like, why didn't I just lean into this? So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with the embrace part. And then the secondary piece is like, at minimum, we should embrace it. At most, we should try to like leverage it and almost like beat it in a way. Like we should be able to get go past it, like leverage it so much that we're kind of like able to affect the next steps. Now that's like seems daunting depending on who you're talking to, but at the same time, it's what is that like what is next? Like that's literally the title, is like what's next? I kind of want to like explore that concept because I would love to go in that direction and actually be a part of the things that are happening, you know, like innovation wise, rather than just kind of like reacting to everything. I would love to kind of be part of that. And I'm, again, speaking in super abstract here, like don't really know exactly what that entails, means, or whatever. So at minimum, right now, I'm kind of still in that embracing phase of these things. And yeah, it's weird though, because you don't have, um, it's very uncertain. You don't know what's going to come next. You're really just guessing there. You could guess wrong. There's a lot of different things that are going through my head specifically with all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I got a couple comments here. So Steve's asking, Max, what is your recommended AI tool to make TikTok video based on already made event flyer with some additional text? So Glorify, not the only. Yeah, okay. So I don't know if I've heard of Glorify. I mean, there's just so many of these too. Max knows all of them. It's just crazy. There's so many, which is good. It's just like we need. I feel like there's gonna be a lot, and then like the really good ones are kind of gonna continue to rise to the top, and hopefully like we'll get like as it continues to be like as less and less of like the wild wild west, and then we could, like kind of all get a sense of what's kind of going on. Some are hoping for AI winter, but even if that occurs, the tools we already have will still reverberate for a while. However, it's probably going to accelerate further. Yeah, I would agree with that. I've been using Whisper Flow for the last months, and I'm hardly typing anymore. Yeah, that's the thing. Is like I don't type. I mean, like I don't want to be typing. So there's that. There's there's just like a random Chrome extension that I use. I just think that I feel like it's honestly, this is my true perspective here. I feel like this is like a hard conversation to have, especially in like the WordPress ecosystem, because there's a lot of people that are, for lack of a better term, old. That's not derogatory. I just mean that like they've been here for a long time. They're very set in like what's going on. They're doing things that are very impactful, but it's like, just this is where we're kind of at, right? This is the main archetype of people that we all are kind of around. It's like WordPress. It's like tried, true, traditional. It is doing some things that are kind of like innovative, but like for the most part, it's what you're getting, right? And I just feel like that's not what this is, this other realm, right? That's not what this AI realm is. Like nobody has any idea, it didn't have any idea like 3 years ago, 4 years ago, like what this was going to be. And now it's just continuing to evolve faster and faster. And it's really two different types of mindsets in two different types of industries or just groups of people. So I don't know if this type of conversation would really land with a lot of the people that I've come to know and really appreciate in this community, but it's something that I feel like I physically have to like care about this, just because of my position personally, like what I'm doing, how much time I still have left to work, like all that sort of stuff. Yeah, so that's kind of my thought process on that. I just have a lot more to go there, but yeah. Rob, what's up, brother? Appreciate you being here. Thank you for hopping on the town hall yesterday too. Love that. Um, if that's to me, Steve, the CapCut, I've played with CapCut. Steve, tell me again what you're trying to do there. But like, I mean, I haven't. I've played with CapCut, and I think it's pretty solid if you want to do everything from your phone. Personally, I'm weird. I hate doing things from my phone, but I also hate typing and hate reading. I just think they're like slow. They're just slow processes. and I don't really think I'm that slow of a reader or super slow of a typer, not super fast. But my point is that depends on your form factor. And I feel like what you want to do and what your use case is. Like, so for instance, what I would highly recommend if you're going from video to video, this Opus clip thing is actually incredible. I mean, I could literally show you guys if you care, like what this thing does, but um, it depends on what you're doing. I've used CapCut for those captions, and that's huge because that's kind of the standard for what is going on now in short form content. But yeah, so video for a client. Oh, so you have a flyer and you want to make a video? I mean, I don't I can't think of an idea of how to go from like a piece of like basically a PDF to a video. Um, but I'm sure there's just this very simple way to just kind of like animate that, just again with some AI. Maybe that's a max question. I feel like honestly, if I had that task right now, I would immediately go to Canva and see what they do because I know they have a lot of weird shit going on in there that I just haven't played with, and I feel like that's something that like you could potentially upload and then be like, hey, make this move. You know what I mean? Maybe it's not going to be like crazy AI level, but maybe there's something there. Um, yeah, CapCut. I got you. I got you. Yeah, CapCut for desktop will probably be the way to go there. I don't know. There's a lot of other things too, though, because it's funny. I was actually playing with Opus Clip on my phone last night, and then now the other thing is that because these things are so like high process like level and stuff, it's like some things you can do on your mobile device, but then the other things you have to go to desktop for. It's a weird situation. But yeah, so I don't know where we're going, guys. I don't have any answers for you. All I know is I have some other thoughts, some high level thoughts, and some notes. If you guys aren't using some of the AI stuff already, I would highly encourage you to do so. I'm using Claude. I'm using ChatGPT. I'm using Gemini. I love having conversations with the ones that have the conversational aspect because I feel like it's an extension of having maybe like a little debate or just a conversation to kind of work through different things. Obviously, they're not like sentient, but they are operating off of generally like the entire web or most of the web or a portion of the web to get that information. I've literally stopped Google searching for some things. I just go there because it's going to give me an answer that is like a amalgamation. Like think about that. You go to Google search and you click 10 links. Well, it's like you're probably going to make a decision based off of either an amalgamation of all those things because your situation is not exactly the same, or you're going to pick the most prevalent option, if it's a yes or a no question or something like that. What is ChatGPT going to give you? Unless it hallucinates or something like that, it's going to give you pretty much the same thing that you would have came to on your own, but it's going to be faster, and it's going to be like more in like a human readable way, like a conversational based way. I don't know. It's something that I just have really enjoyed discovering and thinking about. Some other random ideas for you guys. If we're building websites still and we're in that and we're taking a look at all this from that lens, a couple other ways to embrace this, or this is a whole other topic in and of itself, but if we're selling clients websites, I really think now, I've been saying this for a while, and I know guys like Kevin have been saying this for a while, but I think we are absolutely past the point now where you can just sell websites and expect to be like have a length of longevity at this point. Like you need to do something else. Not only do you need to, but it's going to be like so beneficial to actually provide even more value. Meaning like instead of just a basic marketing website, something like Steve's talking about, like making like a video, like throwing that in as a value add. Or, I mean, I had a client come to me and ask me this at the time, and it was like 2 or 3 years ago, and I was like, I don't really want to deal with this, but there was like an easy way to do it. Like some sort of AI chatbot, like something like that, something where you're leveraging either the information that you already have on the website, or you're leveraging another, you know, like I don't know, like a segmented language model of, I'm going to do this. I should probably do it live or on a video. I want to just make a chatbot like for myself, try to dump all of the data that I have publicly of me into something, and then be like, you can chat with Mark, just like as a project or just something to do. I also need to focus on like actually monetizing things that I do, but that would be like an interesting one. I feel like that a lot of people could get like serious value from, because then you could expand that onto whatever you want. Again, especially if you're still dealing with clients, they're gonna want that type of stuff. Or if you show them that type of thing, they're gonna be like, "Ooh, that's really cool," and they have no idea how to do that. And if you could just figure out how to do that yourself and do it for them, you could definitely charge some serious money there, because there's definitely value there that they don't have. So Brendan is a CapCut user occasionally, it looks like. Yeah, and that's the other thing too, is like with the free plans and pro plans of stuff, I don't know what the limitations are. So that's another thing. I literally, this Opus clip, going back to this again, I'll just show it real quick. I bought the plan for this. It's like 175 bucks, I think, for a year. I don't know. I think it's on special right now. I think it was like 50% off for the annual. But I just uploaded my last, just to give you guys a quick idea if you've never seen this. I just uploaded, just put in the link to my YouTube video, my last live stream, and then it takes like, generally kind of takes a little long time. Like this is like 2 hour long video. So it takes like 30 minutes, maybe, let's say, and then it gives you all of these little shorts that you could use. So it just uses AI to write a, little, basically take a snippet out, grades it and everything like that, puts the title up there and all that. And then you can do whatever you want. I have right now like 4 or 5 of these scheduled directly from this platform too, to go out on social over the next coming days, and you can edit them all in here as well. The editor's not like amazing, but it works. Um, if you're doing video work, I would highly recommend you consider this. I'm going to try to leverage this way more because I am I need to. I'm a content guy, you know? So, yeah, this is pretty dope though. Highly recommend this. Uh, to actually get good things out of this, you're probably gonna need to pay for it though. And again, that's another topic. Like, I know people want stuff for free. I get that. And they want LTDs and all that sort of stuff. But at some point, I feel like, I've come to I've come to the realization that if I want to make money, I do have to spend some money on the things to make my life easier and to make myself more efficient. So I made this investment last night, if anybody gives a shit. So yeah. And then just another random one. Like, there's a couple things. I watched a couple videos on like the chatbot thing that I was talking about. So there's one called Poe.com. I'm sure there's a ton of other ones. This is just an article from like chatbot.com. But this is, again, something that I think is a huge value add for either for yourself or for your clients if you're doing client work. I think it really, really is something to look into. So AI chatbots, some sort of like, any sort of other marketing or media creation. I really want to look, and this is the other thing too, is like not just the AI. We've had automation for a long time, and now we have the AI piece of it as well. I need to start. I actually might transition most of this content on this channel to still like WordPress based, but more so like the things that I actually give a shit about, which is like dynamic data and like dynamic data and automation and AI and general like efficiency, process efficiency stuff. Like, I just love all that, and I don't look at it enough for some reason. I don't know why. So that I think I need to do that, because all of those things, I think, packaged together could give your product or your website or whatever a really good, I don't know, just like put yourself in a really good position there. Or again, if you're doing client stuff, there's a lot of opportunity there to make more money. Literally, just make more money from the stuff that we are all doing and we play around with every day. Um, Max says he uses Video Tap for that. Are we talking about the Opus Clip stuff? There's probably a ton of other, like, let me see here. What do we got for Video Tap? Okay, it's pricing over here. Interesting. 400 minutes every month. What did I get over there? I got 30. That's the thing, is like, it's a certain amount of minutes. So I got 3,600 minutes, I want to say, for 175 bucks for a year. So what is annual? 400 times 12. What do we got? Is that, it's probably like 48, right? Okay, what I did was definitely cheaper, but they're on a big sale right now. I think. But this is kind of cool. This is just the cool part, though. Again, there's too many. There's so many different ways. Um, there's so many different ways to do all this sort of shit. But I appreciate that. I appreciate you mentioning that one, Max. I'm gonna have to bookmark that one. Um, what was the other thing I was gonna say? Also, another random. Oh, nice. Steve got it with CapCut. Sweet. Another random thing that I was gonna say is that becoming, again, don't care. I don't know if anybody cares about this, but becoming more of a content guy and like watching some of the people like specifically yesterday for the first time I was watching T3GG, Theo, and the concept that he has where he goes live once a week for like 5 hours and just like makes videos in his live stream. We're probably gonna have to start doing some of that because that's just unbelievably efficient and just makes too much sense to not do. So I think we'll probably end up doing that. Because there's just I was gonna do one today, but I can't remember what the topic was. I just had an idea of doing it, but didn't end up doing it. So yeah, I mean, overall, AI in general, I feel like is really helpful. It's still kind of in slight. I feel like we're in assistant phase plus right now in a lot of ways, and you still have to be the director for most of the stuff and kind of like lead the show. But if you layered that with automation and like AI on top of AI, it's going to get real crazy very soon. So I don't know how much more I have for that. If you guys have any questions or thoughts, feel free to leave them in the chat. The other thing I wanted to do, just because it came across my email and was kind of funny, or not funny, but like kind of a little bit of time, a little bit timely and more specific related to WordPress. I was doing this before I hopped on here, the awards here, and I figured maybe we just go through these. It might be a fun piece of little content here to do, and I will. I don't know how I can. I think I could probably just like drop these in the chat. Maybe I don't know if you guys want to go do these yourself. So yeah, these are just two things that I've seen these before, but I figured maybe we'll just do them on stream because I was just gonna do this by myself, but we could have a little conversation about these things if you want, and we could talk about the different tools and shit. So, so yeah. So these are just like this is I guess what this is. This one's WP Weekly, the other one's Template Monster, and there's just the awards that they give out. I guess yearly or I don't know. I don't know. I've seen them before, but I've barely ever voted. So yeah, let's just go through them. So WordPress themes, there's a ton of different ones here. I thought this was interesting when I was looking at this at first because I guess these are traditional-ish themes, maybe block themes, kind of, but um, they're not, they're like bricks isn't on here. It's in the page builder section, right? So I don't know. And also, I'm gonna be just hyper analyzing here. Do you vote for something if you don't use it, or do you just like what do you are you supposed to vote for like the one you think is the best? Are you gonna vote for the one you like the most? Like what is our protocol here? What are we thinking? I mean, because I've used Astra in the past. I've used Hello Theme. I don't really use either of them currently. I've used Hestia, I think, too. I kind of want to click on this, actually. Oh, yeah, I used Hestia. The very first theme I ever think I used was Hestia. Wow, this is a trip down memory lane. Yeah, because it just looked cool in the thing, and then I was like, what the fuck? I can't edit anything. I can only edit, like, certain pieces of it. Very weird. But, yeah, those were the good old days. Not. But anyway, I see, like, I don't feel like I should vote for anything up here. I don't use it, and I don't like know anything about it. If I was gonna vote for one, I feel like I'd vote for like Generate Press just because like everybody says it's cool and fun. Um, whatever, whatever. Peter says many years ago, one of the early online gurus recommended recording everything you do. I should have followed that advice. Yeah. I've often said if I could just be live 24/7, I'd probably do it because like I don't like I mean I'm always thinking about stuff and every single conversation I have with another like insightful type person, I'm like every single time when the conversation's over, I'm like, we should have recorded that. That was a huge loss there. We should have definitely done that. So yeah. Steve says, I vote for the ones I think are the best and I'm using them, why I would vote for something similar I do not use. Yeah. 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 So Steve is an Astra guy. Like I said, I used Astra a little bit at first. I used Astra when Elementor didn't have hello. Um, and then I don't think I ever used it again. I haven't heard too many of these other ones, but um, yeah, this is tough. It's tough. I don't know. I feel like I need to make a decision before I move on, though. I need to make a decision if I'm gonna vote for things I don't use. I think I'm gonna vote for things like kind of off the gut that if I use it, I'm probably gonna vote for it. But if not, I'm gonna kind of make a decision on like what I kind of feel because I do have my finger kind of on the pulse of a lot of this. So I feel good about generate there. And ultimately this doesn't matter at all. Like my vote's just one vote here. So do your own research and vote for whatever WordPress products you want. All right, so I'm gonna go page builders. I'm doing bricks because I use bricks, and yeah, I use bricks. Um, all right, block builders. I don't really use block builders. Have I ever used block builders? This is another thing. Is like Croco Block is here, and I feel like I'm probably gonna vote for them because I've very much enjoyed Crock-a-Block and using it in the team and everything like that. I don't really know exactly how it fits in there entirely, but they do have a little bit of that in there. So yeah. Um, Form plugins, got to go WS Form. Just for fun though, like which ones have I used? I've think obviously I'm familiar with Gravity Forms, used it a little bit. Sure Forms, brand new. Ninja Forms. I think I definitely had like the free version of Ninja Forms at some point. Jet Form Builder's pretty good. I used that before. Forminator is a really interesting one if you never used it. It's like it's saved me on like a couple projects way in the past when I needed just something like quick, free, and had something that needed. I think it was like some sort of submission and like free payment processing. It's crazy. Yeah. Yeah, Crock-a-Block is the way to go, 100%. I mean, you got to go with Elementor, yeah. Uh, you know, we've had our stint with Elementor. I never like to say anything bad about it because it's gotten better. Dynamic data plugins. I have to go Jet Engine because that's my normal. Obviously, everyone loves ACF Pro. Never use Cube. Divi machine. That's interesting. I'm honestly, even if you don't vote here, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. This is the thing that I just thought of. This was genius to put the little links out right here, because there's a couple. I went through this a little bit before we did this live. There's a lot of things that I don't know what they are, and it's like, what is Divi machine? Like Divi engine. I don't know what that is, but you know, it's just interesting. You can just quickly go out and see. And there's a couple other ones I feel like we're gonna have to look at later down the line here. Elementor add-ons. I've used. This is funny because I've used some of these. I've used Co-Designer. I've used Dynamic OO. I used this Power Pack add-ons. I think. Did I ever buy any of the Pro versions? I feel like Ultimate Elementor. It's just crazy that this is its own, its own section. It's wild. I'm giving Crock-a-Block more love there because I'll be honest with you guys, once I got Crock-a-Block when I used Elementor, I didn't have to get anything else. So that would be my thoughts on that. Bricks add-ons. So like I've never used Bricks Forge, heard good things. Never used Bricks Extras, Swiss Knife Bricks. I haven't heard of some of these, honestly. The only one I have and I've used is Advanced Steamer. You read that wrong. Eliminator. That's funny. Let's see what we got here. Backup plugins. I have to go Migrate Guru because that has been the best to me. I've migrated all my sites from Cloudways to GridPane with Migrate Guru. Pretty straightforward, pretty simple, and you don't have to actually take a backup like they do it on their servers. They like bring it up, bring it down. So it's convenient. I'm not saying it's the best. I haven't used many of these, but it worked pretty well for me. SEO plugins. I think I used Yoast for a little bit just at first, but I've used Rank Math for a while now. I know there's a bunch of other good ones here that that are solid. I still just think that like Rank Math, I haven't done a full analysis on like any of this stuff, but like I feel like Rank Math has so many features for like free, and I'm not sure if the other one, maybe if you don't need them, right? But I've heard things about like Slim SEO and all that. But if you don't need them, then maybe you go a different route. But I don't know. Um, Run from Pilot anything. Okay, I've never used it, so interesting. WP Vivid is slick. Yeah, I've heard good things about WP Vivid as well. Have not used security plugins. I thought this one was. I never heard of Barbecue Firewall. Immediately wanted to go grab that just for the name. That's kind of funny. I didn't see Fortress on here. So yeah, I don't see like Snicko or Fortress on here. That would probably be the one that I would mainly. I mean, that's the one that my go to kind of like with grid pane. So I would say honestly, and I've used WordFence. I used WordFence on a lot of sites, but like PatchStack is like the one that I would say is like really cool. I love the idea of like virtual patching and everything like that. Yeah, so PatchStack is probably going to get my vote on that one. Membership and courses. So I've used Buddy Boss. Yes, I've used Buddy Boss. I've used LearnDash. This is also I don't like that these are in the same category personally. Um, I've used Buddy Boss. I've used LearnDash. I've used the free version of Restrict Content. I've used Ultimate Member, the free version. I've used Woo memberships. I really want to try Sure Members. I'm tempted. I'm tempted to go Sure Members because I have an extreme amount of faith that that's going to be a fantastic experience. I know Buddy Boss is a really cool platform, but there's just too much stuff going on. LearnDash is kind of heavy. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, if I was gonna build like a course platform, I would probably. I don't know if I'd even use an LMS. It'd have to be super light because I don't know. I know I could just build something relatively straightforward with like custom post types and stuff that I could have more control over. Um, and again, I hate that this is like it's like membership and courses. It's just not the same to me. Um, and Woo memberships, like I've used it before, but I hate Woo memberships because you have to have Woo memberships and like Woo subscriptions. You know, they're not getting my vote because of that. I'm going Sure Members because you have to get subscriptions and memberships if you want it to actually like work well. It's a weird situation. Steve said Slim SEO is pretty good, and it starts out free. That's dope. Moved my sites from Kinsta to GridPane with WP Vid. Nice, nice. Backup sites and Backblaze via main WP. Yeah. So I use main WP. I don't know what else is going to be in here, but I use main WP. I use Backblaze as well with via GridPane. Marketing automation plugins. Okay. See, again, like there's so many things on here that I don't know that I should probably click all these buttons and go see all these different things. This is a huge category too. This is kind of ridiculous. Sticking out to me is Sure Triggers because I've used it recently and it is very, very helpful. And hopefully very soon they will have a YouTube trigger. So then you can, like when I upload a new YouTube video, I can set up a flow to automatically import it right into my website. That will be dope as hell. I've done it. We've had talks about this before, right, in other videos and lives, but I have not fully finalized. I was trying to make a plugin for that. That's probably not one that I would recommend making a plugin for. You don't need to. The thing that I was trying to do with this live thing makes a little bit more sense than that. This is just like a flow. So I don't know. I've heard great things about Sure Triggers. I've done it. I've used it myself now, and I'm going to use it more here moving forward. So I'm going to say Sure Triggers is my go-to there. Again, though, that's a really big category. Developer tools. Okay, what do we got here? I've heard of Core Framework. I've heard of WP Codebox. Never used it. I've heard of InstaWP. I was on there for a little bit, but then I decided that I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to put it on GridPane sites and do it there. I've heard of query monitor. This is like the weird. Can you? It's like one. Okay, this is. I don't know. I'm not trying to. I'm not throwing shade at WP Weekly. I'm just like, how am I supposed to only vote for one of these? You know what I mean? I'm voting for automatic CSS just because it's the one that I use, um, and it's helped me tremendously. But how do you put automatic CSS in the same, like any of these in the same category? It's very, very strange, but is what it is. Da, 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 da. Max says, I thought you were on the Sure train now. How about Sure members and so forth? Yeah, so I use SureCart on my main website now. I'm really enjoying it, especially with the 3.0 update. Um, I use like Sure triggers. I'm kind of starting to build some flows there because I want to do a lot of stuff together there. Um, so Sure members and when Sure Dash comes out, I would love to build that in my website, but I feel like that's slightly a bad idea. Like there's pros and cons to something like that, to putting that all in one, and I don't know what a community would look like or how that would ultimately evolve. But I would love to do something like that or explore that. Um, but yeah, I mean, I was literally I was in that town hall yesterday. And if you guys listen to town hall, or if you were there, like I was listing all of the things that I've paid for WooCommerce setups and like affiliates, pay as you go, like installments, subscriptions. I actually still have the list right here. Memberships, like software licensing, all this stuff, right? Invoicing, all of those things. And then I'm like, I have literally gotten WooCommerce before, and then I've spent like on the client portal, right? Like it's hundreds of dollars a year at least, which if you're making money, again, I don't know if I want to call things like expensive, but if you're it feels nickel and dimey because then you get these extensions and they don't do exactly what you want them to do, versus having something like SureCart where all that stuff is baked in, and then you can just go and like ask for features. And I don't know if it's just me or whatever, but they respond to me and they're like, oh, that's a good idea. You know what I mean? If you're genuine about a feature request, it's like, yeah, that's gonna help a lot of people. Let's put that in. You know what I mean? So it's just that's kind of where I'm at right now. Am I on a free trigger plan or do you pay for business? It's only for one client. So I'm on the free plan right now, and I'm in a unique position because I'm probably not going to use that for like a lot of clients because I'm not trying to do that. So that's a weird one because like depending on how you want to go about that. But I also did hear, I think it was yesterday on the thing, um, what's his face, Adam said that I think they're revamping some of the Sure Trigger pricing or the offer and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah. So let's see here. Okay. All right. And let's go back here. Cool. All right. So, what do we got next? E-commerce tools. Okay. Geez. How many of these are there? Jesus. E-commerce tools. SureCart's probably going to get my vote. I've used Woo, obviously. I'm kind of moving away. Have I used any of these other ones? Square Sync for Woo? Is this? I don't even. I'm clicking on SureCart and I'm just continuing because again, it's like what are some of these categories like, or how does some of these categories fit in here, or some of these options fit into some of these things? I guess just general e-commerce tools. Also, I feel like big snub here on North Commerce not being in here, unless it's somewhere else, but I can't see it being somewhere else. So, WooCommerce add-ons. WooBuddy. Let's see here. Let's see here. I have never heard of most of these. What are we going here? Barn 2 plugins. Okay, I know them. Woo Order Sync. What is this? With what? With a Google Sheet? I never understood the whole Google Sheet thing. I mean, like, I'm sure there's reasons to do that, but I never fully understood that. I think I'm going Barn 2 because one, I know the team and they're nice people, and two, because I did have this for a period of time, and I think I got that for a client. They've bailed me out, so they get my vote. They've bailed me out before. let's see here. Hosting services. Oh boy, there's a shit ton in here. Obviously, we're going with GridPane, but what other ones are we're looking at here? Elementor hosting, Bluehost. Just for funsies, which one have I used? I've used. Where did I start? Is my starter even on here? I don't think so. No. Name.com is where I started. Name.com shared hosting. That's crazy that they don't really even have them on here. And then I moved to Cloudways, and now we're on GridPane. Is our sponsor, not today's sponsor, but is one of our sponsors on here? Big Scoots? What the fuck? Big Scoots ain't even on here. Come on, man. Yeah, interesting. Interesting. Okay. All right. There's unlimited amount of things though. So yeah. A couple comments. Do I know how to use WordPress? I like to think that I know how to use WordPress, but it's kind of subjective, right? Do I own any business? Yeah, I mean I ran an agency, like I had an agency and did freelance stuff and all that sort of stuff for since 2017, 2018 and still have that, but now much more like educational and content creation. So that's what we're doing. Steve, what's up? North Commerce screwed some people to interact with, and I've been interacting with them since pandemic. Yeah, I've heard that, um, and I never had any bad vibes there, but I also had no vibes. I don't think from any of the team. I did a stream where I just kind of like looked through it, and it was kind of like okay at the time, but that was months ago at this point. So HostGator, InMotion, Liquid Web, Kinsta, and GridPane. Nice. Hetzner. You know, I haven't tried Hetzner. I hear so many good things about Hetzner and RunCloud. Yeah. First time I heard of Big Scoots was in your sponsored vid. You know, dude, they've been around for a while, and my buddy that came out to WCUS with us. He's been using that for years. Like he's like a celebrity there, and I saw it and I was like, I mean, so I know about it. I guess I knew about it through him, and then I'd heard of it, and then yeah, so we're partnered up there. But incredible. I mean, I think their technology is fantastic, but even their support, I think, is the real thing there because I know my buddy's always he's like if he has an issue, just shoots him a thing and then they get it fixed right away. So I don't know. There's so many options for hosting. It's crazy. All right, what are we at here? Okay, so we did hosting. Now we got performance plugins. I've heard of EW. I don't know how to pronounce that. I've heard of Rocket CDN. No, I haven't used it. I've heard of WP Rocket. Haven't used it specifically on anything. I've heard of Short Pixel. Again, this is kind of like I don't see these as like performance fully. I feel that this is kind of be broken up a little bit more, but I guess there's a lot of things. I used Breeze when I was on Cloudways. I used NitroPack, made some videos about that. Everybody hates NitroPack apparently. I thought it worked. Perf Matters is the one that I currently have and subscribe to, and is probably gonna get my vote here. I honest to God though, I'll be honest with you guys, and I don't know if this is weird. I don't really use it. Like I don't I when I had so many issues when I was building complex websites with all that stuff over on Elementor at a different time, but all of those things like stacked up there. And I know you're not supposed to stack, I guess, all those things, but if you need, learning membership, subscriptions, e-commerce, like what else are you going to do? You're going to code something? So I stacked all that stuff and it was so difficult. And then I had to get like something like NitroPack to make that work at the time. That's what I did. And then I got Perf Matters when I came over to like building brick sites and I just don't need it. Like, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's better hosting. I don't know if it's better practices on my end. I don't know if it's just way lighter with bricks. I don't know what it is. It's just, I don't need performance stuff that much. I mean, maybe I'm sure there's things that I could optimize further. I'm not saying I'm getting hundreds, but I'm just saying like I don't notice it at all. It's crazy. It's crazy. So what do we got here? Can you use some pointers like if I want to explore a product, which I think is cool and will sell, but I don't know where I can check that product niche, I guess. How can I check if the product is a good fit or not? Interesting question. I'm probably going to need some more context on that. I mean, what are you trying to do specifically? Um, the answer is probably going to be like Google, ChatGPT, and Claude, some sort of variation of that, because it sounds like you're doing a lot of research. Um, Off the top of my head, again, without context, it'd probably be maybe like Uber Suggest would go, like if you go to Uber Suggest or something, like from like a ranking and standpoint, like a keyword search, like that's just, I go to Uber Suggest because I have it, but I think they have like a at least somewhat of a free plan other than the other ones, the other types of tools. Um, yeah, give me some more context. I'd be happy to dive deeper into that for you. What's our next topic here? Content and output tools. Also, can you guys see this? There we go. Content and output tools. What are we doing here? Presto Player. Heard of WPLML. Haven't used it. Motion.page. Heard of that. Haven't heard it. Document Library Pro, Advanced Query Loop, Better Docs. Used Better Docs a while ago and then realized that while that I'm sure that's a great product, you don't really need that if you could just use custom post types. Ninja Table, Post Tables Pro, WP Grid Builder. People love that. I've never used it. I mean, the one that I've used and liked the most here is Presto Player. I used it for the free version for products or for clients in the past, and I'm using it now on my site. And I love the specific feature that I love is the autoplay muted, but when you click on it, it goes to the beginning of the video. And then I love how you can kind of like lock everything down too, if you're using like a Vimeo or something else. So yeah, yeah. Okay, next one. WP agency tools. Interesting. Yep, Steve's with me on the Presto Player. Agency tools. Legal Pages Pro. That's interesting. What is that? Interesting. Interesting. I feel like this is one of those things where I don't know what that does. What else we got? Thrive Desk, WP Remote. I feel like I've heard of that. Main WP is probably going to get my vote. See, this is another tough one. I use Main WP. I use Monster Contracts. Never even heard of Sure Feedback, but that's kind of interesting. They make it really hard to not use all these products because this reminds me of almost like an Adarim type thing. And it's like, man, it's like if I have some Sure products, aren't they all going to integrate with each other? It's like an Apple. It's like Apple situation, and I'm not even an Apple guy. WP Umbrella. Damn, this one's ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. Adarim obviously is going to be in there. Manage WP. No. Funny enough, I don't know if this happened, but I was on this for a period. I went from main WP to manage and then back to main, and I had a buddy of mine that was didn't have. I don't think he had one. Then he went to manage, and then I think now they're changing this, so it's gonna be like GoDaddy Pro Hub or something. So I'd be cautious if you deal with this or on this. Um, yeah. So I don't know. WP client reports. These are the types of things again too. Like if we're agency owners, like we have that mindset. Like these are the really cool things. It's like, oh, the hub by GoDaddy Pro. Okay, so those are kind of the same thing, I think. I'm going. Fuck. What do I think? How do you make this decision? What has like affected me the most or helped me the most of the stuff that I've used from here? It's probably main WP. Monster Contracts is close, and I'm wondering like what's more important. I mean, I don't know. That's just a shitty one to decide there. It's definitely down to those two for me. I feel like main WP gets it though, just because like it's saved me a ton of time. Monster Contracts is a great resource. I just feel like these should be split up a little bit. What do we got here? Embed Press, Motion Page, WP Group, and all great. Termageddon, yeah, yeah. Wait, is Termageddon on here? Oh, or that the legal pages thing? Okay, yeah. Go back to East here. Let's see. It's a pet product like leashes and pet toys. It'll be a kit for your pets. I don't know what to do, where to start, but I can have manufacturing ready. Like, is there a way I can check if the product will be successful? There's probably no way that you can like just predict if it's going to be successful. Um, if I was going to sell something like that, it sounds like it's more of a, probably like a volume play, right? Like you want to compete with other people that are selling like lots of that type of product. Um, okay, real quick, let's do a quick thought exercise. How would I do this? If I decided tomorrow that I was going to sell some sort of volume play on leashes, I don't have any experience doing exactly what you're saying. I'm talking out of my ass sort of here. So take it with a grain of salt. But what I would say is, with what I've seen and what I do know, because there's some firsthand experience in this stuff, I would probably go through like, I would do a ton of research on like Amazon and Alibaba and everything like that just to see what's out there. I'm not saying you have to go through those sites, but you would be probably competing with, I don't know how you would do this without going to like an Amazon or like a marketplace like that, because it doesn't sound like you're developing a brand, so to speak. It sounds like you're more just trying to sell a product, right, at scale. So I would probably consider going the route of like looking at Amazon, seeing what the prices are over there, seeing what the product offerings are, going to Alibaba or your manufacturing, seeing if you can like make those numbers work. If you can make those numbers work and it makes sense, then I don't know what the strategy is. Do you like undercut the competition a little bit because you don't really have a lot of other leverage to lean on? I'm also making some assumptions here. So I don't know exactly kind of the realm there, but then um, as far as actually selling the thing, I mean, if I'm you, I'm probably not going like full crazy blown like WordPress website with a bunch of stuff, because if I'm being honest with myself, I don't know if the thing's going to work. So I'm going to try to go as low as possible with the amount of investment and risk if you're not trying to actually establish like a full brand. So I don't know if any of that helped, but there's really no way to see if it would be successful. What I would highly recommend now, though, is once you have an idea of what you would call that product or how people would find that product or who that is, I would definitely go to something like Uber Suggest, or something that is like I would go here potentially, just to kind of see what keywords we're kind of looking at and like what kind of keyword volume for like dog leashes or something. I'm sure there's like I don't know if this is the best place to go, but another I would just be searching everywhere. I would go to like Google Trends maybe just to kind of see a little bit of your what people are kind of looking for in general. That's maybe not the best place. Um, yeah. And then I'm sure, you know what? I'm sure Amazon has some sort of analytics and like keyword research. Amazon no, keyword research. I know you can't see this. Hang on. Okay. Oh, okay. You have to, yeah, you have to go here. Okay, you have to go here. Like a keyword. I've heard of this before. I don't know if this is the one. I don't know if anything's free or not free or whatever. But this is the types of things I'm looking for. Okay, I'm looking for things like this where I could say like, I don't know what's gonna happen here, but dog leash. I don't know what's gonna happen here. There you go. Okay, so you might have to pay for something like this. I don't know, but this is a type of data that I would probably want to know. Like, okay, so dog leash. If you're selling a dog leash, there's seems like this tells me like 40,000 people. Is this in? Yeah, okay, it's not. Okay, so 40,000 people, and the competition is high. Okay, so to answer your question, this right here is, I mean, that's a small keyword. Maybe you're going to try to rank for something else, but the competition is extremely high here, right? Um, and I'm not an expert, so I'm just trying to read this data. Like, that's kind of how many of those customers are you going to get if the competition's high, that type of thing. So I don't know if any of that answered your question, but hopefully there were some resources there that could help you. Going back to it, Peter says, let me get rid of some of this stuff up here. There we go. Okay. Peter says, going through the full list, there are a lot of good stuff that's missing. Tough to vote. If I like something else better. Yeah. Tough. All right. So if we go down to next one here, WP support and services. I've heard of GoWP. I don't know what that is. Thrive WP, Mind Cave, Focus WP. I know Stephanie, so that might get my vote. Haven't used it. I've never used any of these. What is Go WP? I've heard of it. I've never used any of these. I like Stephanie. She invites me to their meetings, so I am going with Stephanie. WordPress blogs. What do we got here? There's a shit ton. Come on, we got to get like 3 of these or something. This is ridiculous. Master WP, how to WP, elegant, blog. Okay, just any blog. What? Post status, WP skill, WP beginner. Where is the WP minute? What the hell? This is so interesting though, because it kind of speaks to like the broader nature of WordPress. I don't know, are all these still like really active? You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. It's kind of, I know obviously some of them are. I'm just saying it's like, what? Oh man, this is tough. Obviously I know a few of these at least. I think with this list, I'm gonna have to go WebTNG. That's Dave McCann, right? Yeah, pretty sure. Yeah, I like the WordPress group. People in Dynamic WordPress group are good people, so we're going there. Yep, no problem. Hopefully that helped a little bit. Did my best. Okay. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it. And the question. Podcasts. Okay. Probably gonna have to go WP Minute here. Let's just see what the other ones are. Kitchen Sink, Do the Woo, Post Status, WP Builds, WP Product Talk. Yeah, a lot of good ones here. Gotta go with my boy. My uncle. Yeah, I gotta go with my uncle. My illegitimate uncle. WordPress community. Okay. This is a fun one. Focus on your biz. That's Stephanie. Admin bar. WP builds. Crafter. WP Toots. Oh my WordPress. Dynamic WordPress. Post status. WP business. Interesting. Okay. Damn. Another one. Haven't heard of some of these. This is a tough one. Which one am I the most active in? Man, Big Orange Heart. Never heard of that one. Which one am I the most active in? Honestly, I'm a member of a lot of them, but I don't know if I'm super active in all of them. I might have to go Dynamic WordPress again, to be honest with you. I feel like that's the one that resonates with me the most with all the posts that are in there. They're always popping up on my feed with like really interesting things. I wish, you know what I wish? I wish Crocoblocks community was on here because I love the questions that are in there and I love trying to answer them. Everybody is always doing something really cool in there. YouTube channel. Snubbed. We got snubbed, boys. Damn. Daryl Wilson, Ferdy, Kevin Geary. You know, I was looking at some of these, and I was like, I don't think some of these are active. And it's kind of interesting. I mean, a lot of them are. Fuck, this is basically impossible. Oh, man, I know these people personally. Damn. Yeah. I'm gonna have to go. Might have to go no choice on this one. Yeah, it's impossible. I'm going Kevin. Converted me to bricks. WP Learning and Resources. Inner Circle, Solid Academy, Copy, Website Owner's Manual. Like, what? These are not the same thing. WP World. I love this stuff. I love WP World. Speakers. Owner's Manual is great. This is weird though. I feel like value-wise, I think I have to go Inner Circle though. There's just too much stuff in there, and the others, it's just again, I feel like it's weird. It's a weird combination of stuff. What are the requirements to get this on your YouTube channel? So many of those channels aren't active and have under 100 subs. I think it's just I think you can literally just nominate yourself, which I will shamelessly do after we're done here. I don't think you can nominate yourself for this one, but for next time, I think there's just a thing. I don't know if there like needs to be a certain amount of people to nominate, but I would assume not. So yeah, I don't think there's any strict requirements. Um, Events, booking, planning. Okay, what do we got here? This is a passion of mine. Um, I've used Calendly, which is not on this list, which is probably good. I've used Pi Calendars, Jonathan. I've never used Pi Calendar, but I love Jonathan. Orderable. I know that was an Adam Prizer project. I haven't used a lot of these. I maybe I installed an events calendar once. Maybe event. I don't know. The one I'm gonna click because I use it is Late Point. It's fantastic, and I love Tamik. Tamik? I don't know. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Funny guy, very smart dude. Met at WCUS. Would highly recommend Late Point. AI tools. What do we got here? Okay, AI. Well, this is pertinent to the discussion earlier, right? All right, what do we got here? We got Code WP. That's James LePage. Zip WP. Don't use it, but that is Adam Prizer. DocSpots. Bertha AI. Andrew Palmer. Elementor AI. SureWriter. God damn, I don't know if I can vote on this one. Do I use anything here? I feel like 99% of the other stuff I was using most of that stuff. AI tools. Shit. I actually don't think I can vote here. Yeah. I have used Zip. I used Zip WP a couple times, but I can't vote there. I'm going no choice. Sorry, can't do it. Didn't feel good. Didn't feel good about any of it. It's all great stuff. I just didn't use it. Dashboard config social plugins. Better links, post SMTP, ultimate dashboard. I think I've used that. Click Whale, Revive, Social, WP Adminify, WP Social Ninja, Admin Site Enhancements. That's the lead runner for me right now, unless I see something else. Yeah, ASE have to. Need to use it more, but it's fantastic. Niche plugins. Just Termly. What the fuck? Termageddon's not on this? Are you serious? Okay. WP Dark Mode actually used that. I might have to click that. What is this? No. Damn. I'm gonna have to. I don't. I don't really want to click this, but it's a good plugin. It's solid. It's just it's good in a pinch if your client asks you at the end of the day if you need dark mode, because that's exactly what happened to me. But I would probably do like it properly via like a framework. All right, well that was fun, right? Let's submit the vote. Thanks, I'm fantastic. That's awesome. Fantastic. Okay, cool. All right, should we do another one real quick? Let's see what we got here. All right, so this is the template monster one. I'm probably not going to do all these. This is a lot of shit here. How do you do these? You just go in and out? How do we... I kind of like the other approach to this. Oh, okay, so you just click on one. Oh, I didn't even see them all. I mean, that's fine, I guess. All right, let's speed run this one. Is that going to stay like that? Yeah, okay. All right, let's speed run this one. I'm going to go boom, boom. I'm just going to open them all. Speed running. Wow, we got TikTok channels on here. Jesus. All right, let me get rid of this stuff, this stuff, this stuff. All right, ready? Speed run time. Ready? Okay. All right, Woo plugins. The other one was, the other form factor was much easier to deal with here. Holy fuck. Wait, does that say Woo plugins? WooCommerce and North Commerce is on the thing. That's weird, huh? Also, yeah, I don't know what's going on here. Is this even live? I got this in an email from WS Form that these things were happening. So I guess I don't know. All right. What have I used? What have I used? What have I used? No. I've used Checkout Builder. I've used JetWoo Builder. I've used Cart Flows a while ago. I think we're going Jet. I still don't understand why North Commerce is in there, but I'm going JetWoo Builder because it's probably one of the better ones that I've used out of that list. Cool. What do we got? Dynamic plugins. I love dynamic stuff. I think we're gonna have to go Jet Engine here because it is our preferred. There's just what? What? I'm not gonna lie. This one's a little whack. Sure members. Yeah, this one's a little whack, guys. This is no shade, but it's a little weird. I expected this to happen too. How is Sure what? Okay. This is weird. Backups and migrations. I was bitching about the categorization over on the other one. This one's wild. I used updrafts for a very long time. And I think I have to go Migrate Guru again, though. Why did I probably should have clicked updrafts on that one, to be honest. Okay. All right. That was backups. Whatever. Blogs. We're speed running. Blogs. This is so weird. I don't even read. I can't click any. Nope. And there wasn't even like options of ones that there were some that I knew, I guess, but not all. Bookings and appointment plugin. Jet appointments, solid in the past. Booking, no. Is late point on here? Boom. Love it. Late point, sick. Form plugins. Where's WS Form? Right there. Okay. I've never heard of Metform in my life. I guess it's great, but I've never heard of it. Builders. Gotta go bricks, I think. Etch isn't on here, obviously, so gotta go bricks. Nice. Knew people were gonna show out for that. What do we got here? I'm getting very hungry. I'm gonna have to stop this stream as soon as we're done with all these 16 categories. Where are we at? Elementor plugins. Crocoblock. That's probably gonna be our one. Yeah, definitely. All right. Speed running. Free WordPress themes. That's an interesting logo. I mean, I guess I go generate again. Yeah. Hosting providers. Grid pane. Oh, Big Scoots. Hey, what's up, Big Scoots? Interesting. SiteGround. Cool. Marketing plugins. What does that mean? Sure feedback. Sure. What? Who did this? Yoast? What? Does that say marketing? Oh my God. Who did this? SureCart. Sure. Okay, just fuck off. Newsletters and communities. Admin bar, WP Totes, WP Minute, Bricks community. Jesus Christ. What is this? This is all. What does it say? Newsletters and communities? I'm giving this one to WP Minute. Bricks community, man. Just, hey, everybody, go over there and click Bricks and Bricks community and get the hell out. That's crazy. That's crazy. Best WordPress optimization plugins. What are we doing here? What are we doing? Is the data messed up? Like, what is happening? Security plugins. Man. Okay. Is Fortress on this? Ninja. Legal pages. Okay, two-factor. Okay, barbecue. Never used it. All right. All right. Translation plugins. I mean, it kind of was worth it just to see how crazy these things are. I've never used a translation plugin. I'm not doing this. YouTube channel snubbed. Gonna have to nominate myself over here too. How am I gonna pick somebody? It's kind of fucked up. Some of these people are not active. This is impossible. I'm sub to almost everyone. Um, hmm. A fun exercise would be who do I think is number one right now? That would be a fun exercise because I can't pick one. Who do I think is number one right now? Who do I think is the most beloved out of all this group from the general population? I feel like it might be Kevin if all the bricks people came over. Might be Jamie. This is tough. Could be Adam. I want to know the answer though, so I have to pick somebody. I'm gonna go. I mean, my vote would probably be Kevin, so let's go Kevin. Oh, WP Toots and Kevin. Look at that. Interesting. I'm gonna have to like look at some of these guys and gals. That's an interesting spread right there. Very interesting spread. Brainstorm Force. Number 3. Don't play. Oh, it's Alex. Alex Cooper. Interesting. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep rolling. Almost done. AI plugins. God damn. I have actually used Tidio. Rank Math SEO. What the fuck? I'm going Tidio on this one. SEO plugins, Rank Math number 1. Agencies. Oh, just agencies. Okay. This is weird. Seahawk. Interesting. I mean, 10 up. Sure. Interesting. Membership plugins. And I'm going Sure members. People love it. TikTok channel. What? I've never heard of any of these people, but I want to know who's number 1. I'm going to go this guy. Wow. I'm going to have to look all these guys up. Design plugins. Do I use any design plugins? Style manager, dark mode, what? Elementor, okay. What? Automatic CSS. Okay, we're picking automatic CSS, but I don't understand the categorization of any of this stuff. And AI tools. Can't remember what we picked last time. It just says AI site builder. I'm giving James LePage some love on that one. And podcast, last but not least, the Matt Report. Wow. Oh, WP Townhall. No shit. Let's go. Fuck yeah, dude. Oh, everybody's got to go vote for Townhall. Wow, that was amazing. I did not expect that to be on there. Fuck yeah, dude. Everybody go vote for WP Townhall. I have to post that now. We got to win. We have to win. All right. Well, that's fantastic. Okay, well that was a fun trip. Hopefully any of you guys that are left enjoyed that to some degree. I have to wrap this up, but to kind of put a bow on everything, obviously we're talking about some of the AI things. I would highly recommend that you consider going and like actually looking into some of those things. I know we're having some fun here with these awards and everything like that. Go do that as well. But I'm going to be making more content about like where I think kind of things are going so I can stay ahead of the curve, hopefully help you guys stay ahead of the curve, and just continue to broaden our mind and our ability to create really good websites or just provide generally great value to clients or our peers, really. Because I think that that's, no, as long as you are providing value, you're going to be fine. But I don't want anybody to think that like the world is going to stop moving forward and the technology and everything like that is going to stop moving forward, because it's not. So it's getting wild out there. Keep doing your thing. And yeah, we will be back here every Thursday, 11 a.m. Eastern. Tell your friends, bring them here to watch the stream.